So this is actually our first time doing a discussion video on Dragon Ball Super. It's actually quite more popular than I actually anticipated for Super, because it was definitely something that like the first couple like movies afterwards could show like the popularity of it coming back, and then they come up with like a new anime, which is kind of like retold all the movies, and now it's kind of going on its own thing.
Yeah.
And it seems to be holding quite a reception, considering like new games coming out for it, and it just seems like based on like the people on our Discord, just like our fan base, actually is quite into Dragon Ball, whether it be the abridged or like the main series. So hey, why not just do the series discussion on Super?
That's why.
Well, I'll tell you, everyone. First and foremost, I haven't watched all of like the other parts of the arcs of Dragon Ball Super. Like I've hardly watched any of the one with like Goku Black, but I pretty much watched the first two movies, so it's like okay. And I'm pretty much caught up as far as like what's happening now with the Tournament of Power. So we're pretty much just starting from this episode of starting with Frieza formally being introduced into the team. Obviously everyone's kind of like on edge, specifically Vegeta.
Especially Vegeta.
I mean,
and it makes sense.
It makes sense because you're looking at the person who killed off your almost entire race, who killed off the planet they were going to claim as ruler. So it's like, okay, I don't like this guy. Even Beerus has to be like kind of out of character as far as like being more of a formal like god of destruction. Instead, he has to just like kind of nag at everyone, saying like, "This is a team effort. We gotta do this."
Yeah.
From the last episode, it doesn't seem like Frieza doesn't really care. In fact, he's kind of has his own ulterior motive. So, I mean, like what I've seen like throughout this episode and the last episode, he's just been trying to plot like two possible like
ways out of his predicament.
Yeah.
One is blackmailing a god of destruction, and the second is teaming up with Frost.
What's Frost's deal? I forget. Does he?
Frost is Universe 6 Frieza.
Right, but like his powers and stuff like that.
Everything that Frieza has.
Okay.
He's just a little weaker, and that's because he hasn't unlocked his full potential.
He hasn't unlocked Golden Frost.
Yeah, he hasn't unlocked the golden form. However, he does have his poison darts.
Poison darts?
Yeah.
Okay. How did those work? Is it just something like he shoots out like his nails or something?
They're in his palm right here.
Whoa. So you think that Frieza might actually have that too if he wanted?
I don't know.
Not that he really would use it, but yeah.
Or no, it's right here, I think. It's either here or here.
Okay.
But he uses it mainly when he's like blocking.
Oh really? So like when he's like covering from blows, that's when
as he's like blocking,
that's when it makes contact. Gotcha. Otherwise he wouldn't just like shoot it out like.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot.
Okay.
It's like a stinger.
Okay, it's kind of like a porcupine.
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of looking forward to like the whole engagement with the Saiyans. I would have to watch back as far as like, I guess how there were more Saiyans coming out from different universes, but I was looking forward to seeing how Goku and Vegeta would respond to like these two additional new Saiyans. But I was pretty like lukewarm about it.
Well, it's because they already know that Saiyans exist out there. It's not like how in their universe there's only them. There was never the big war that ended the Saiyan race.
Oh, okay.
So
it was just
even Kappa explained that like the whole planet's still there. Everyone's still there. We're the police force of the universe.
What happened also in this episode was Goku's been like kind of scouting through all the other like universes, but definitely Universe 11 was the one that stood out the most. In the fact that you had that one dude, just
Topo.
Topo?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Okay. Topo just like kind of comes out of nowhere. He's super fast. He
has like perfect situational awareness and spatial reasoning.
It's just like it's ridiculous. This thing, like it's all about like how like the shots are like cut in between. So when you don't even see him like teleporting or anything, like he just immediately like pops right behind Goku. That becomes a shock to like the audience as well. So just seeing him just like pop right behind Goku saying "Get lost," Jesus. And Goku's like, "Oh, that's more instant than my instant transmission."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, what's his like that one?
Oh yeah.
Junkrat or something like that.
Yeah, it was like a Junkrat or something like that.
It was the same people.
They're the ones that taught Goku instant transmission.
Yeah, when Goku was kind of floating in space, like after the first Frieza battle ever.
First one.
Yeah.
First of many.
Is it technically like 2 out of like 3 encounters because of the fact that like Frieza's like now here? I think 3rd time? First time's obviously on Namek.
Yeah.
Second time's like Golden Frieza introduction, and that was like the 3rd time.
Well, the first would have been Namek. There was Mecha Frieza.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did barely escape, but
In a filler episode of Dragon Ball Z, he fought everyone in Hell.
Oh, okay.
So Frieza, Cell, not Boo, but Frieza, Cell, and like a few other baddies that he had fought. Mm-hmm. The Nightmare Frieza in those woods looking for the plant for Roshi.
Right, okay.
Now this.
So the 5th time.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Nice job, Frieza.
There's been a lot of encounters with Frieza.
It is cool to see, like, coming from, like, their perspective, like, Dragon Ball Z, seeing kind of Frieza come back, and it feels like he hasn't lost his touch at all, as far as, like, villainry. Like, he seems like a grade A, like, type of villain. Just because, like, he doesn't, like let up. He's never like, yeah, I'll join forces with you.
It's more like, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I had this schedule. You know what? I'll make arrangements so I can still do my own schedule. And that schedule just so happens to be killing Goku. I wonder if like, for those who are aware of it, but Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I wonder if they'll ever, like, jump into that. Because I've been seeing, like, weird, like, clips on the internet just of them kind of dubbing, like, things happening later on in the series. So I'm wondering what that's all about, if you know.
I don't know. I really don't.
I guess I'm kind of confused right now as far as, like, how the battle setup is going to be. Is it going to be, like, is it, like, an all-out brawl? Or is it, like, kind of like the previous tournament, which was, like, one-on-one, like, at one after the other? Because it seems like they're just going to go for an all-out battle.
I think it's going to be like, what's it called? Like how it was kind of teasing the 3 Gods of Destruction fighting each other.
Oh, okay.
So where it's going to be cutting back and forth between multiple people fighting each other, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, especially it was cool to see, like, it was definitely a test run, but just the Gods of Destruction, just like testing out the arena, and just like the first couple of sections was just like I could barely even see any like rumbling of the air. It was just like you hear blows and that's it. And then, like, that's when they started to unleash a little bit more, and then you just see everything just being destroyed. Oh, by the way, the arena is apparently made from, like, a stronger material than the very thing that, like, you were telling me, Goku throwing something at Gohan's Z-sword to see how strong it really was, and the sword broke.
Yeah.
So
absolutely shattered.
So apparently there's a stronger material than that. In which case the God Destruction were like, no problem. And then they had to clean it up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to this. I'm not sure how things are going to pan out. Obviously, we got to see, like, Universe 7 win, but I guess the question is, like, how so? Or how close will it be? I guess the way I'm seeing it, I can imagine just, like, right off the bat that Frieza's going to do something. It's going to...
What? Frieza do something?
I think it might actually postpone, like, the tournament itself. Because how all about me it is for Frieza.
I don't think it'll come to that.
You think that something's gonna, like, stop him from even, like, considering that? Because
I don't think something will stop him from considering it. I just think it won't get to that point. Like, he'll want to do it, but
something like
shit's gonna pop off.
Otherwise, it seems like it'll be like a pretty fair question mark fight with everyone in. I mean, like, granted, like last episode we just kind of saw a little bit of an assassination attempt. But otherwise, they're going to try to keep it clean in the tournament, and it'll just be like, oh, it's just a fair fight and all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm a little uncertain. Like, it'll be as clean as that. I think something's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Well, I guess like that's just like because of the fact that I was introduced to the very first tournament arc, which is like Naruto, in which case Orochimaru just screwed everything up.
Yeah, he kind of fucked everything.
So I'm always thinking that like something's gonna happen in a tournament arc. That's pretty much like it's just I can't really have too many conjectures because of like or predictions because of the fact that I haven't watched all of Dragon Ball like Super, so I can't imagine all the other possibilities that could pop up from all these reoccurring characters.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that something might happen because Frieza's Frieza.
Frieza, yeah. There's no getting past how big of a fucking dick he is. He doesn't take a second.
What are your thoughts, or at least predictions, on what might happen?
I think there's definitely be a lot of teamwork, especially from Team 11. I think they'll definitely do a lot of 2-on-1. I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be a lot of very selfish
Characters?
Not characters, but universes, to where they're just gonna go out for themselves instead of fighting as a team.
And then Goku and Vegeta and like Frieza are just gonna be like, I'll do things on my own.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see the rest of Universe 7, how they're gonna deal with things. I'm pretty sure they'll all have their own like individual spotlight, but otherwise, I'm thinking that Krillin will probably stick around like 18, and 17 will kind of be like in proximity of 18 somewhat, just because of their relations.
Yeah.
Roshi, I'm not sure what Master Roshi is actually gonna do, but maybe he's gonna be like grouped up with Tien. So
It would be cool to see him grouped with Tien, just because they're pretty good together. They kind of have the same fighting style after everything that they've gone through.
And I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, the Saiyans are just gonna stick like away from each other. Oh, except for like.
I think eventually Vegeta and Goku will kind of work together.
Yeah.
But not for a while.
Right. But I guess we'll just have to see about that in the next episode. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about like this episode. It's really interesting to see what could possibly happen.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say on it because there's still a lot that can happen.
So yeah, we'll end the discussion here. So thank you guys so much for watching this discussion video on Dragon Ball Super. There's gonna be more coming. I'm not sure how frequent because of like, I guess how kind of slow paced Dragon Ball Super can be, with occasional like quote unquote fillers in here and there. But
Yeah.
we'll see about like covering like more important stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching this discussion. See you guys in the next one.
She's not here. Well,
Just snapping. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. #bye.